Let's go, yeah. Let it go. Yeah, me let it go. Master Jesus, let it go. Yeah, me let it go. Go, 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 go. Go, let it go. I'm tired, let it go. Give it all to Jesus. Let him take control. Just sit and watch it. I know it hurts you, and I know it's painful. No way to wait, so you have to let it go. Your best friend is not your secret enemies. Let it go. Your wife is getting married to another man. Your husband are falling in love with another woman. Don't let it bother you. I say let it go. If someone overlook you because you live in zero, if they insult you because you don't have nobody, if they say you will continue to be also live in zero, if they say you will continue to be a prostitute, if they say you will continue to be a beggar, you will not marry, you will not build your own children. If they say your knee is borrow, Sunday go to meeting, mommy can say no, Johnny Ginger. Just let it go. Jesus will change your story. Let it go. 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 Lord, help me let it go. Help me let it go, man.
Mighty blow. Holla, holla. Nobody do it like you do it. You a true God. Yes. You always hear me when I say my prayer with few words. But Jesus said, and they plenty in this new world. Be the power every day. That while I'm still a good boy. Jehovah bigger than your problem, so just let it go. Just keep on praying. He will make your blessing overflow. To be the best and more than rest, you gotta pray more. The God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of mighty blow. But there is power in your blood. That while I'm giving praises. Yes. I gotta dance and David dance. They think I'm getting crazy. But love is how you make it, brother. May not be. He say every time I sing, I on my knees. Begging God for mercy. Thank you for your God, blessing and forgiveness. You solved my problem, Lord. You took me from the wilderness. Now only you can feel my struggle when I'm really stressed. So my papa bless me, then my enemy they get the best. No matter what the problem is, man, just let it go. Your delay is not your denial. Everybody know. Just keep on trusting in Jehovah. He will give you more. He took me from the grass. He can take you from the rock and roll. Yeah.
Let it go, let it go, oh, let it go, let it go. Lord, help me let it go. Your people are suffering, lying in the hospital, suffering from all kinds of sickness, Lord. Lord, help them. That sickness that is bothering you, I say, let it go. The barrenness, pack your load and go. Living the life of joblessness. Let it go. I say you spirit of suppression. Let it go. Spirit of denial, spirit of depression. Let it go, man. Oh, I'm tired. Pack your load and go. If you're picking, take your chemo. Let it go. Your best friend, take your horse, man. Let it go. If your wife said we are not compatible, let it go.
All right.
Your husband said you're not my type, just let it go.
Okay, good evening, folks. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for joining us here this evening. I'm Afonso Zansot of the Liberia Public Radio 10 LPR TV. We sincerely apologize for the technical breakout, but let's get an evening going here. We will get this ball rolling here to right away from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. I believe the Liberal Progressive and the rest of the crew going to be joining me here. Let's get the ball rolling here to right away. Okay. Let me move this here. Good evening and welcome. I'm Afonso Zansot of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. We sincerely apologize for the technical breakout there sometimes. That's how these devices, these electronics, that's how, sometimes what you anticipated don't usually happen. It's good to be back here. I was away for quite a day, and the Libra was just all over the place here, flying. But I'm going to be bringing here, but we also apologize. As you know, our program, the rain has been pouring in there and got caught up with so much, as you see, broadcasting somewhere to Massachusetts here this evening, just to keep you up to speed. And we know that you value our time so much, and so we want to make sure that we do everything. You see, this is how the people behave when they see you doing stuff and then they call. You know, they can, that's why sometimes Prophet Key can cook their soup. Okay, but let me just bring in a liberal, and something is catching our attention. Politicians are all over the U.S. and other parts of the world now. The campaign has been taken out of the country. Is that a good strategy? What sort of strategy is that? I'm going to be bringing a liberal. Hopefully, Amos George and our man Sister Goya, they all going to join us here. Let me bring in the liberal progressive. It's based in Saxton, Sacramento, California. Man, boy, are you in what red and black this evening? Are you a Ghanaian now? I'm not hearing you.
Good evening, Mr. Saul.
Yeah, good evening. How are
I'm
you,
not the
my
only
brother?
one that wears stuff like that. I just feel blessed and I feel good about it, so I put it on. It
Okay.
matches my background, by the way.
Say it again.
It matches my background.
I didn't ask you that one. You, Papa, you photo too much. You too much. Where you come from a background, business. Okay, how was the Sunday, the liberal?
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Thank God. We just say thank God for the family. Thank God for the continued blessing. And we just pray for more.
Yeah, I was just telling our audience, we apologize. Today, I should have hosted Kai Willett. He's a journalist, award-winning journalist with our sister network. But both sides, we had a technical issue from our end, and also with the sister network, so it just could not. But I guarantee, by the grace of God, I hope your hand was not inside this thing here because you didn't even give me a break. I don't know why you were so much into Asia and only to realize it just went down the hill here. But we are hoping by the coming weekend, we will reschedule because we have our guest line up for the whole of the October to November. So if all goes well, this coming Sunday, Dr. Stephanian Forty, we're going to be our guest. After that, a young journalist, she was in the country. She was here recently on training. She is the president of the Executive Mansion Press Crew. She's going to be followed. We have political leader Magdala Board is also on the list. When I intend to, I just want to have Mr. Pere. I don't want to kind of like retweet everybody schedule here, but we sincerely apologize for not being on here. So, Libert, again, thank you for coming here. Hopefully, the other guys will join. I'm a little bit concerned now. The campaign, the process in Liberia is now being exported outside of Liberia. ANC Benedict Cummings, America is usually his place. He was in Canada. Your own Liberty. By the way, why you didn't go to, you say you're Liberty Party USA? They just had a function in Minnesota. Why you didn't go there?
The place too far for me.
What?
The place too far for me.
The place far for you?
Yeah.
So why you be screaming here, making yourself to be like a buku man? Your party, the party you claim you love, the party you claim to support, your Nyombli Kanga Lawrence, that you couldn't go there? Is she still here? Let me ask you.
I think so. I don't know much. I don't know much about
So
it.
you are completely disconnected. You're just deceiving the audience here as if you are part of it. You're in a system. Or are you afraid that maybe it's we will
Mr.
invite you here?
So, you have my credential. I am still member of Liberty Party USA. I have not been kicked out yet. However, I am not an active member. Let's
Or
put it that way.
you own a political AWOL.
Yes.
He proud to say yes.
Of course I am.
And yet he prefers Nyombli Kanga will be the president or vice
She's
president.
still my sister. It doesn't
So
matter.
on a serious note here, is he a new politics star now? The diaspora community is no joke about that. We are a great component in terms of politics in Liberia, how it factor in. But when it comes to getting the piece of the pie, the diasporans, they see all as the underdog or people who just want to take. But here are these guys is amazing. Here are these guys. They seek all of the financial help from their supporter, from you guys. You support them. You also put in resources. But when it comes to forming a government, we are, if not all, a good chunk of the people are excluded. They in fact pin to our brothers and sisters as people who just don't even contribute to anything. So it is amazing to see these fundraisers taking place in the US here, Liberty Party, ANC. My understanding, I got a phone call from Joseph Boyka people too. He's on his way. He could be in Philadelphia in the coming days and week and all of that. So is the politics in Liberia being rooted out in the diaspora? What is the strategy behind this here?
No, Mr. So, and they're on the right path because I believe that the brain, let's put it this way, of any workable political party in Liberia, any workable government in Liberia, most likely would try to harness some of the brain power of the Liberian diaspora. And so they're coming here to sell themselves, and not only to sell themselves, but to showcase their political talent as well. So that those of us that might be persuaded or whatever it is to be able to get one side or the other, those that are still on the fence, perhaps will be persuaded by some of the comments.
Oh, are you saying you on the fence?
I said those that are on the fence. I'm not on the fence. I know where I stand.
Oh, okay.
And so perhaps they're coming to you know, disabuse some of the people of certain knowledge of certain rumors or what have you. But what exactly is happening here now for me is that they're not, I don't see them doing it the way I thought would be happening. Instead, they come and pick and choose. They pick and choose to who they want to associate themselves with.
What's the interpretation of that pick and choose?
Well, because you got
can we do it step by step for the benefit of the audience? Who do you want to start with? Right? Can you start home from with your own party picking and choosing?
Yeah, Liberty Party, for example. Well, we were, I mean, and I don't want, you know what? I'm going to go deeper than that. And this is just ridiculous because some of us spend a lot of money. Not lately, but we spend a lot of money for Liberty Party. There's no question asked. And if you want to continue the legacies of the late consular, you're going to have to involve a lot of people. You know, you're going to have to involve a lot of, or else you'll not be successful. This is not Grand Bassa County Party, you know.
And so I think I'm going to insert something in this freedom talk here, perhaps large crossfire here this evening, because it's interesting. I'm hearing a lot of things here. It looked like the liberal is being sidelined. What is the legacy of Charles
Well,
Walker Blonsky to which what?
sideline is not what I will consider myself, because if I want to be involved, I will be. It's a free party. Anybody can join and make your voice known. But the point here is this: I'm not willing, and I'm not going to put in any dime in any party organization because I want nothing from them. I don't need anything from them. The only thing I want is somebody who will be truthful and somebody who will seek the interest of the Liberian people. So the fact that I'm a member of Liberty Party USA, even though I'm not active, but I'm not going to be running behind them for me to be active. They know my standard. When Philip Swa was there, he knows what we're capable of doing around here. We're collecting money, paying monthly due. So whoever is now in charge.
Who stops the monthly due payment?
Well, I don't know, because whoever came in,
I'm
not too sure.
So are you not part of the process? You just throw your money.
Mr. So, no, I'm not. All I know, I'm still a registered member of the Liberty Party until they come out to say.
So yeah, we're going to push it here and there here. Talking about the legacy of Charles Walker Bronsky, you being a good follower for quite a long while. What is the legacy of Charles Walker Bronsky in
decency,
glory, and
decency, respect for people, respect for human view, respect for other folks to be around you? And this is not what I don't see that in my own sister, to be honest with you.
Who your sister? I don't know your sister.
Madam Yamli Kanga, Senator Yamli. I don't see that in her.
You're struggling to get yourself
well, because people have reached out to her so many times. And what I'm not going to do is to run behind. She's relative. So when we come to that, when we get out of politics, we still our relation is still there. But when it comes to politics, that's a different issue. I'm not going to get into something because of family relationship.
So then where is your commitment? This is your party. This is a party you want.
My commitment is to the Liberian people. My commitment is.
Mr. Can you hold on, please? Okay. Now, where is your commitment to the party? Because you guys are getting all confused. You go to this party. If it doesn't work out, you jump to party B. You jump to party C. You will Nyomdi Kanga on the other hand. You hear preaching the soundbite of Joseph Boyka on the other hand. I just do not know, and many others, that this is a big apprehensions on the over here of everybody. Nobody know. So have you had a chance to talk to her, and I should reveal anything as to what is really happening within the Liberty Party? Is she still even in charge of the Liberty Party in your view?
No, I have not done so, and I don't intend to. I can call her when it's and not talk about party issue, but when it comes to party issue, my commitment is not to a particular party. We did that. We were committed on Councilor Bronsky. And I believe the fallout.
Mr. George DeLing is out there to you. Sorry, Mr. Todd. Mr. George DeLing is out there just in case.
The fallout came about when Councilor Bronsky, in my opinion, when he left from here and decided to hook up with people like Musa Ability. And many of us frown, especially me, frown on it. I'm not accusing Musa Ability of anything else, but I'm saying the character issue, he has not been able to resolve that.
What is the character?
Well, because he's been accused of corrupt behavior with the FIFA issue still standing.
Hold on. Let me hold you right there. Something to you are about to sound very ridiculous again here at this network, and this is a bad behavior you need to stop.
Mr. So by me doing a show.
Let me remind you here, because I'm sick and tired with you people here. You guys are the supporter of these political parties, and you're very disingenuous. You cry like a baby, you cry wolf here, and defended Musa Ability to your belly button. Now, Ability and Musa and your sister Nyombi Kanka, there's a political split now, and you're coming back now, and you're trying to walk back from Musa. You embrace Musa in the past.
So nothing have changed. My defense of Musa Ability based on record, on my own research. I did
your research are wrong.
Mr. So I did an extensive research into the issue. Now let me say again, The fallout, some of us taking a bike seat in terms of Liberty Party in Liberia comes about when Councillor Bronsky went and got hooked up with Musability, which at the time have not done any kinds of research into the corrupt accusation from the FIFA. But having done my own research, and I did a 2-hour show, 2 days straight, that means I have a lot of material. I still do have a lot of materials on that subject matter. And I was able to find out that Musability not only was he not corrupt about the FIFA issue, but his intent was that FIFA and the white boys over in Europe were trying to sideline the African Football Association. And there was a certain group of people within the African Football Association who were in line with that white boys mentality from Europe. And therefore, Musability being one of those who were not for that, who was saying that if you want us to participate as African Football Association, you will give us the respect that is due us. And because of that, they decided the white boys club in Europe. And I have material here that I'm not just saying it. So, I have materials here. Let me finish. The white boys in Europe and the current leadership of the FIFA program here in Africa decided to go after Musability, and there's nothing there. But my point here is this. My point in all of this is that Musability, until we were saying, in order for us to truly embrace this man, let him try to do all he can to exonerate himself. He has not done so. He has not done so.
No. Please stop that this evening. Stop that this evening. When you were making the argument, Mr. George, welcome. Mr. George, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
No, welcome. We can't hear you.
No, I'm hearing you. If you're not hearing him, I'm hearing him already. So that's fine. Something so you need to stop that. When you were taking the defense line for Musability, you never called for him to clear his character, to do
No, you're not understanding my point. I said when Councillor Bronsky left from here after our meeting, some of us, especially me, my drawing back from the Liberty Party support system that I was part of, the reason why I drew back, because when he left from here and got hooked up with Musability, who I felt at that time, let me say that again, at that time I have not done my research, I have not gone into any of the issues that were affecting Musability, and therefore, because of the accusation that was coming from FIFA, I'd accepted it. But when he got up, along with the councillor, and we have subsequent meetings where we were asked, if you truly want to understand it, do your research. And we were challenged by the councillor, those of us that were vocals in the meeting about this. He said, you can't just get up and believe one side. If you want to see something, if you want to truly understand it, get involved. And therefore, I took him on that. And then I started doing my own research. After having had a lot of materials to prove myself that I'm capable of defending not the character, but defending the accusation that Musability is indeed not corrupt as FIFA is saying. Based on my own investigation, based on my own research, I'm not going to call it investigation. I'll call it research, because I went through South Africa. I got information from South Africa. I got information from Uganda. I got information from Tanzania. I got information from FIFA website. All of those people, and there's certain group in FIFA also who were also against these white boys mentality, mental issue they have, I will call it, to come after the African Football Association, because there's a certain group like Musability who was insisting that this thing is not going to fly. If you want us to be part of it, you're going to have to respect us. And there were people that were not in favor of that. And I have those records. I have video. I have letters. I have research paper that was done by other people that I was able to get. So I know what I'm talking about. My point here, Mr. So, before you run out of here, my point here is this. My sister, Nyamli Kanga, a senator, that is, who is visiting, okay, I'm not going to run after Liberty Party. I have the ability to compartmentalize issue. For example, my family relationship with her stays good. Liberty Party relationship is not good because I'm not going to run after them. So when the way you engage people, what was the reason that they decided to do how do you call it, to do Minnesota? What is on their agenda? How many other states are they planning to go to? Why is it that when they're going to Minnesota, why is the Liberty Party USA leadership, why is it up to this time? Many of us have not gotten any kinds of information as to what is happening, and I'm not going to run behind them. So I'm still until they can come out and say you're no longer a member of Liberty Party US, because I'm a registered member. You cannot just kick me out. You have to find me. For example, what they did to her, they say, oh, she's not paying her due. You can't do that to me. If you want me to pay due, you're going to have to tell me, first of all, show that the organization is functioning. Ever since Fiddleswat left, President Fiddleswat left, I've not heard anything else. And therefore, I'm not going to sit here and run behind those people. And that's all. But let me make this point here. These people that are coming here, as I was saying before I turn it on to Mr. George, as I was saying, those that were coming that are here, the ANC and the other people, yeah, they're coming to show themselves once again to the Liberian diaspora because, like I stated, the brain power that hopefully will help these people to their government to function properly will be coming from the Liberian diaspora. And so they wanted to come here to come and show themselves. But what I don't see happening right now is their itinerary to be able to say we're going from here to there. What's the point? What exactly were they trying to prove over there in Washington, D.C.? What did they achieve? I don't know. We're still waiting to see what's happening. From all indication that the program went well, but there's certain commotion that is happening among themselves. So what is that for? I don't see it. And then to see here people complain about Dr. We are dancing, Buka dancing, and then we see Cummings doing the same Buka dancing. What is it? How are they different? Those are the kinds of stuff that some of us have issue with. Mr. George, go ahead. And while we're waiting for Mr. Soul, go ahead.
Yes. Look, money. There's no way around it. No political party will be formulated in Liberia that will not come here to pay for money from Liberians. But the problem here is certain segment of the Liberian people in Liberia, they have adopted a notion that people from the diaspora go to Liberia to take the job and they are criminals. Those are the arguments they put for, oh, the people come from America, they get a job, they steal, they run away to go back. But they don't talk about the institution that they belong, that the institution that come here that's a little form from the people from here. And sometimes I told people, I said, this thing people trying to build in Liberia is wrong. Putting people against one another is just wrong. And you got some personality on the radio who are flaming this kind of idea that the people come from America, they get enjoyed when they steal, they run away to go back.
But Mr. Central Right.
Okay, look, I'm back. Hello. I am back. I don't know why you did.
We can see you. And like I said, I'm not here for friendship tonight. Let me push back on the Central Right a little bit before you can step in as usual and throw your CEO weight around here this evening, which you're getting ready to do. I am back, as though we're supposed to be trimming in our boots, and because you're back, I am back. So please let me push back on the Central Right. Central Right, I think those people are quite correct. If you follow the Salih administration, the young people that were employed, many of them were stealing. And there's rumors all over the place. And even now, Dr. We are government. Many of the people that are doing most of the stealing are people that came from here, from the diaspora.
You say what? In this government? In Georgia government?
Well, I said many. I don't say all. But even if it's not many, but the fact that Liberians in the diaspora will leave and go steal, give them cause to do that. They're not putting that. They're just being factual.
No, Mr. So, I mean, Mr.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead, make a point.
Yeah, let me say this. That happened during the Salif government. Because at the time, many people came from and went back to that job, and they alleged the store. For me, this I will not use the store. But look at this government, the person we are government. How many people from the diaspora are in power today in Liberia that left from here and when they got ministerial jobs today? Almost all the people. That time he never came to America to live here. He want not school in America. Serena Seafor. Eh? The list go on. All these people are right there. From right there. So what I'm saying is,
are you saying that Kumi and his people, when they come in, they will not steal?
Hold on 1 second.
You mean Kumi and his people, when they come to power, they will not steal? I find it hard to believe.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Libra, you're not going to steal the show here. I don't know what you did to my sister, and you think I wasn't going to come back here, but the deal with Liberty Party yet to steal back. So this is why Sissy Goyo wrote here. I don't know what he's not coming on today. Is the Liberal trying to watch abilities inability? If Musa was witch hunter, why didn't he make the case to the Liberal LFA, FA, and the government and ask them to intervene? Okay, this is exactly, Sissy. Something told here was he defended Musa ability. But because Musa ability and his political sister, Nyombli Kanga Lawrence, who is also here now to seek their support, they're all shying away, they're all walking away for whatever reason. He claiming, what is this Walker Bronskin legacy that you guys, what is the legacy proof of the political system in Liberia for which you're still dying for it?
You want me to say? Councillor Bronskin legacy, as far as I'm concerned, respect for rule and law, respect for human beings, and respect for people's freedom. One thing. He did not come to this and turn Liberty Party into Grand Bassa County Party, which it is now. He came with open arms and invited everyone from all over. Nima County, Grand Gide, Lofa County, everybody. In fact, let me just tell you that because of his ability to move young, smart Liberians, the people who are responsible for the writing, for the writing of the proper agenda. I just don't want to call names. They are all Liberty Party members because they're so smart. And CDC have nobody. All of their smart people, they left them behind.
So where are those people right now?
They love Liberty Party smart guys that work for CDC.
Whoever you are referring to,
they're not with Liberty. They're not with CDC anymore. They were in Liberia. In fact, they were not part of CDC party anyway. But so CDC find that these people were smart, so they invited them to do them a favor and write.
Who doesn't want to hang out with smart people?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. So Liberty Party, in order for you to be part of Liberty Party, you gotta be smart.
What I'm trying to gather from here, these people they don't believe in their own party ideology. That's the case because
not far from it.
What?
Far from it. That's not true.
So then why they didn't sell that agenda for Liberty Party?
When Liberty Party were defeated and I thank God Liberty Party were defeated. Because the Liberty Party, if they were successful, we would have been in big mess than what we have right now. Because they turned it into Grand Bassa County Party, and we're going to have some serious issues. And I'm glad they were defeated massively. And so the point here is this. The people honor Councillor Bronsky. Councillor Bronsky was able to recruit smart, patriotic Liberians. People who care for Liberia. A few of them were able to put a proper agenda together. If you go on the proper agenda, you start reading the names, you will know exactly It got Liberty Party landmark all over the place.
Hey, Sissy, welcome. As usual, man, we're having another horrible night here because this guy here. Are you saying you have your party and you decided to take your winning message potentially or something that could drive voters, and you take it and then you say they're smart? They are dumb. They're not smart. So why you couldn't even? What was the reason you couldn't?
Let me give you a little insight, because like I said, I am member of Liberty Party USA. Let me give you a little insight about Liberty Party and the smart people in it. We were the only party during the campaign, the entire time until Dr. Weah and people took power. Liberty Party been the only party that were able to utilize and harness the smartness of Liberian diaspora. The party officials ask every Liberian who are part of Liberty Party and are professionals. They put all the engineers together. They put all the lawyers together. They put all the medical doctors together and so forth. And they say, you guys come up with what you think, what type of ideas that you can bring as a group, as a professional, that will be able to help Liberia. And we did that. Our engineering group, we were on it for almost 3 months. And finally, we were able to come up with a position paper. And every one of those people that had everything, I don't know why I tell them, because he says they're going to pick up Liberty Party idea now and try to run with it. But that's okay. That's okay. We're teaching them. Liberty Party, that we say, if you want to see good thing, come to Liberty Party. Now anymore. Now they kind of Liberty Party they got right now. I mean the Liberty Party of Council of Prescott. Now what they have now. But anyhow, the group were able to put papers together. And guess what? They took those documents to the Vanyama Convention. I know so because I aired the Vanyama Convention that night on LPR. And so the next thing we heard, that they invite Dr. Baka went to Vanyama, and according to the story, and told the Vanyama mayor to kick Liberty Party out. The mayor and Liberty Party have already had an agreement for Liberty Party to utilize the Vanyama City Hall. But because of Dr. Baka and his whatever Bagatigi style he put together, they decided to kick Liberty Party out from the convention. I mean, from the hall. Another gentleman in Lofa County in Vanyama allowed Liberty Party to use his facility. It was raining that night. If anybody who is listening now and were at the convention, you will know it was raining that night because I carry it live. The funny thing was, having had all that stuff, all that work we put together, they got over the Liberty Party Liberia said, we don't need your idea, we only want your money.
Okay.
True story.
We're not gonna be on the air tonight. Sissy, hey, good evening, welcome. I was asking a question here. I'm a little bit concerned, even though your guy Tiawan Gonglo too was here. Amos George, man, Alexander Benedict Cummings, you were here doing his buka dance as well here. So why is the politics in Liberia now is being crossed over to the West? But when it comes to divide the power, people are left out and they feel like, oh, they forget about all. So what is this? What is the strategy behind this whole thing here?
And by the way, my guy is going to be back here on the 26th of November.
Oh, he coming back again?
He's coming as a candidate now. He was first here as an aspirant. So now he got a nomination at a Democratic convention, by the way, that was open to other candidates. You know, now other people who can buy political party, nobody can challenge them. Every year they stand bearer like ANC people then. But having said that,
I don't see a smile coming from the center right here.
I came with good trouble today, so I was in good trouble. So I had to take my fresh shot at my old man. But that's a very good question. I think we need to figure that out. I think though that campaigns are very expensive, and they require a lot of money, and it is very difficult to raise that kind of money in Liberia from the electorates in Liberia, because as you know, wealth is pretty much crystallized to the top maybe 1% in Liberia, and therefore it's difficult for the common people to give the kind of money that would be needed to run a campaign. Hence the reason, these political candidates end up coming here to raise the money. Now, why is it that when it comes to the sharing of the pie, they don't come as much? I don't know. Let me get this look at our mom. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Amos Joyce.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think we have the Honorable Sir Joseph of Mosorado County, the CDC Senator. Good morning. Joining us here. We're still working our lines. Hopefully, he will get with us here at some point in time on the Liberian War today. So, why are these people flooding out here for political rallies? What is the strategy behind that? Nyomdi Kanga is here. Cummings, you were just saying, you attended a dinner function?
No.
Why?
I know I had a time.
So then how are you supporting these people? You can't get time. Something told here, giving an excuse. Minnesota is far. He didn't go there to see Nyomdi Kanga. You are right there in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mr. So I have a schedule. I work around schedule. So if my schedule cannot permit me, I won't attend any program for anybody.
Wow. Okay. So
I have attended other program for ANC, and I'm planning to attend one, but this one I couldn't make it. So that's it. Okay.
All right. Go ahead. So what is it? What is the strategy? What are they trying to achieve? Having these, they are not. I'm not sure what are the electorates in Liberia. I'm not saying people should not raise money to support their campaign, but the message here, getting the money, would that translate into the actual vote? How many of them, in fact, are willing? Now, all of it, both the opposition, the GOL, they have representatives, lawmakers, senators. They were seen that brave enough to push the Liberians in the diaspora, places that they are coming to do a huge fundraiser to be part of the political process by allowing them to vote. That did not happen. They can't just throw that on the government alone, but they are coming here. Why can't they go to Maryland, Sino, those places, Lofa, Joseph Boyka? Something told like Nyomdi Kanga, Joseph Boyka, he's on his way here because I got a phone call from his people. He'll be going back to Philadelphia again for another gathering. All of them, they are here. What is the reason? What is the message? Is that a message they are giving to the Liberian people? I don't understand.
No, they are not giving a message, and we are not asking them the tough question. But let me tell you something. You're not stranger to Liberia. How much money you raise from Nema County? How much money you raise from Bon County as a political institution? Is someone giving $1? Someone can easily get $10. So if you go to where you're going to get it? You're not getting any money that will help you to run a serious campaign because campaigns are very expensive. So you can go to any part of Liberia, do a little fundraising, the people put a little down there. But would that be enough to sustain any campaign, a serious campaign in Liberia? No, it won't. So their fallback is America. They come, they salute the money, and take it back to Liberia. There's no other way around it.
Okay, so, you see?
But the question here is, the leaders, will they support or embrace these people who are donating to them, despite with the education level, will they embrace these people? You know, Mr. Tobe did mention something about brown skin. Well, he was the same person that complained. Today, he praising brown skin. He was the same person saying brown skin was very, I would say, travel this award that they collected money from here, did all the things, send it back to them when they got to Liberia. everything changed. And I wonder, what did he ever ask his counselor, the late counselor,
No,
why
he
people are excluded
didn't.
from this process when
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And so this is the problem, Mr. So that's a serious problem, because when they come to collect all go to Liberia, and here's the interesting thing: those who on the ground who will vehemently oppose anybody from there going to get job are the people who will be beneficial of that money. But there is people who will say, no, we're on the ground here, the people not here.
Okay,
We
but
suffer, then you want to bring them and get them job.
then let me flip on you before I bring in CC, and then the liberal can say, yeah, you now you in support, you giving justification of them raising money here, and at the same time you try to shift the blame on the folks back home. I mean, this is a double standard.
No, it's not double standard, Mr. So listen, I think Sister again, baby, you go on the radio in Monrovia, guys who are on the radio, put this idea for that people from the diaspora can only come to Liberia, get a job, and steal and run away and go back. And that narrative they have been able to spray into the Liberian community. But the question is, if that again you want to exclude people up from diaspora, then why you allow your political leader to come look for money here? You can't have it both ways. If you are seeing that, hey, these people are criminals, then we don't need that money. Let it stay where they are. We don't want nothing from them. We will provide locally our funding for political parties. So when we win, then we don't have to bother with them. But instead, they will come here, the leaders will come and collect the money. When they get to power, then they turn against the people from the West and say, no, don't get a good job, because they will come and steal and run away. That's not the worst thing. It's just a mere fact. That's a plain fact there.
Okay.
So we need to start questioning the political leader. What would be if we contribute to this campaign, any campaign, you assess, are you willing, what percentage of the diaspora Liberian from your political party you get job to? They don't have that on people.
You need to sign that political treaty now.
Yeah,
okay.
Because
I think
they come here, people want to take the fire antenna and get out of them. They put more not complaining.
Okay.
But as soon as they get the power, they say, no, don't put in America. We are just struggling.
Okay, Sese, I think you are carrying on the message, and then you before going off here. So what's your story from your guy? You say your guy, is he coming back again?
Yeah, my guy, you keep saying again, but yeah, my guy is coming back. He was here first as a presidential aspirant, and like I said, he won his convention. So he's coming back with his wife. They will be in Minnesota, I think, on the 26th of November or something like that. And he's going to, I think, tour the U.S. like he did before, trying to reach out to Liberians. And that segues into the question about why do they come here to raise money, instead of being in Sano. I guarantee you, no disrespect to the people in Sano and Lafayette County, if you went there and spent 1 month there to raise money, you will not even raise half of what you get going to, maybe Alaska here, where they got about 3 Liberians. So politics is very expensive. Elections are very expensive. And quite frankly, to even ask Liberians right now, the vast majority of whom are really struggling with inflation all around the world and hyperinflation in Liberia, and where they don't even have access to the money, and you are going to go and ask them now to take what they already don't have to donate to you to run. I think it will be an insult to them. And I think every serious political party should engage the diaspora citizens, not just for money, but for ideas and for intellectual contribution, and as well as financial contribution. Because we need every Liberian, whether you are in the diaspora or you're back home in Liberia, to have a chance to proffer ideas on the way forward for our country. We don't believe that the greatest of all ideas are within America alone, or that they're within Ghana amongst our brothers and sisters still in refugee camps alone, or they're in Liberia alone. I think any serious-minded politician would tap into everywhere you find Liberians to, again, like I said, get them to contribute both their financial wealth, but their intellectual wealth as well. So I don't really see a problem with that. As a matter of fact, I welcome it. Now, the other thing with people in Liberia you know, and this narrative about people say like people come from the diaspora and it's tea, and so people from the diaspora should not be given jobs. Yeah, they sing that same song. Ellen had a bunch of diaspora in there. They sang the song carrying casket around their head. Now they won election. They got a bunch of people there from the diaspora. So that thing, you know, I don't usually quote Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but I just a noisy minority. I don't think that's what I want to be worried about. But there is something very, very serious about what Liberians are saying. And I think what they're trying to say when they say don't give Liberians from the diaspora jobs is because they have seen instances where people with visa, with green card or with American passport that are easy to leave Liberia. They're seeing instances where they've been wanted for committing crimes in Liberia, economic crimes, and they abscond and they come to the U.S. and they sit here and nothing happens. And I'm thinking about the case of Ellen Cochran, for example. Right, so the people are right to be frustrated that when we want justice, we can't get justice if a Liberian who is also an American violate our laws here and go to the United States. I mean, how long it took Doe to try to get Taylor back extradited for the alleged embezzlement? Right, it took forever until the men went back with guns. And so there is I think inherent in that thing that they keep saying about diaspora Liberians and not being given a job is they're asking for justice, and they're saying that it will be very difficult for them to get justice if some of us went there and stole and came right back to the U.S. Now we can say that's hypocrisy because there are people who are in Liberia who stole from Liberia, they stay there, and they're not taking them to court. Yes, I get that, but I think we cannot make that comparison because for those of us that have left the continent and come to Western countries, especially in America, where you see what accountability looks like, where some of you will have the debit card to the group home that you're managing, and you would never, I don't care how you're hungry, you would never use that people's debit card to even buy a McDonald's burger. Because you are disciplined and you know what it would mean for accountability. Yet you go to Liberia, and the first chance you get, you steal everybody's things, right? And so the people are right to hold us to account at a higher level, I think. And I think that's what they keep talking about on that.
But they should hold us accountable too.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe you wanted to make a point here, and then we're going to be going to your guy here because we are hearing that the vice president is like he's going to be back. He's coming back. He's going to be in Philadelphia. That's quite interesting. And there are a lot of intense conversation going on. What his name? Benin Ayure, your guy, Benin Ayure, has heavily invested, put financial resources, your good, Nyombli Kangalore. I don't know where the pig going to be coming from. That's a serious thing. And they are forming some another coalition or whatever. So let's hear from you. Or you wanted to add something based on to these guys' talking point before we get to the next issue?
Well, yeah. There's two things I just want to talk about on that, and that is one of them. Like I stated earlier, I'm so glad that Liberty Party was not successful in winning the election, 2017 election, because I think we would have been much more mess than what we have now. And one other thing I want to point out, before Kofa left, who was then chairman of Liberty Party, before he left to go to CDC. Kofa was pretty much, not even pretty much, but he was the main person that was carrying the entire project, the entire party. He was funding, he was paying and doing everything for the party. But yet still, there's a saying with among the partisans in Liberia that they never really embraced him, I believe, as a Liberian Liberty Party member. And in fact, I'm not going to call names now, but there was another gentleman who spends heavily on Liberty Party, and during their campaign,
who is the gentleman?
I'm not going to tell him. During the campaign, he was in Liberia and visited their war room. And as he was in the war room, they didn't see because he was sitting somewhere where it was a little bit dark and they couldn't see him. And then they started saying started gossiping about us, Liberty Party, US, they think we'll get a job. All we want from them is their money. We don't care for them. Those are the kinds of conversation that was happening. So, Mr. So, it's just the same thing here. They come here and get money. They go, but nobody. The first thing is this, like Mr. Joyce correctly stated, Kumi is the only one, I believe, who is quite aware that any Liberian that leave from here and go back home, you're taking a pay cut. Because that was a question he asked at a gathering where Mr. George was present at the time. So he's quite aware that when you leave from here and go to Liberia to work, you're taking a pay cut. But let me bring out something here. There was an interview that was done by Front Page Africa with Ambassador Wakat. And these are some of the things you say. And if you're not careful, these things come back to haunt you. And let me read this here quickly. And this is, he said he outlined the platform for his government as ASRES: agriculture, rural education, sanitation, and tourism. And he said he would make it clear that, in fact, he would, the first 100 days when he become president, the roads in Liberia will be rehabilitated and they will be good and ready. In Liberia, first 100 days, you got where you have 6 months of rainy season. So there's so 6 months of rainy season. If you do the math, you're not going to do anything. So for the vice president, former vice president, who has the insight of the functionalities and in the function of the government, who have a clear understanding, to come and make this kinds of statement, then for me, you're not taking this whole road business serious. Because you cannot say, like Liberia, and I'm not just talking.
Let me be honest here, and maybe I will try to adapt your sense. Your talking point has been too ridiculous. Is he someone to really talk about role?
Yes, he really mean that. It's in him to do that, but you have to be sincere. You cannot put this thing as a campaign issue. You can't build, you can't even rehabilitate a road in 100 days. Unless it's an addict. Then you say so. Say, I will try to rehabilitate all of the addicts in Monrovia, but you say roads in Liberia. Roads in Liberia. How are you going to do it? And this thing is going worldwide. People all over the world reading it. And you will not be able to fulfill that.
So that's the retreat is coming from inside Liberia, first retreat for the Unity Party in the USA and Canada. Retreat.
But I hope that when he gets here, he will come on our platform, and so people will not only disabuse him, but educate him. Seriously. And the one thing I know about him is he's not old to learn. He will be willing to learn. But people need to explain to him, you can't do those kinds of stuff and say people should
take you serious. That you could be the best person to
but something too. Is that the only thing that caught your eye? There was the other statement the old man made. I started to scratch my head.
That you will be the next president?
No, not that. He said they might call him president now. But that was not the thing. He said that the president, we have talked with Joe Biden. That was false.
Yeah, I sometimes
that was false. And
yeah, but sometimes the people who handling Dr. Baka, I don't know, they themselves, maybe they.
Do you blame? Is that the people you want to blame?
No,
Mr. So listen. The liberal is on the floor, and I have not yielded any of my time to any of you guys. So please let me utilize.
You don't have no time yet to you. I mean,
let me utilize my time. Since you guys are gonna come at me like that, let me utilize. I'm saying, if you listen to, for some reason, the ambassador he's always in a fighting spirit. Remember when he made a statement to say, because you're president, all the women like brother, I'm your word, they're not for you alone. Remember the statement he made, and I have a video for that. I have a audio and video for that. You don't, because you're president doesn't mean that you own all of the women in Liberia. You know, why would an older person who's supposed to be older than everybody in the room, you will come and make a statement like that? You know, that's something. Even if you're saying it from jealousy, if they gave all the women in Liberia, what you do with it? You know. So, but the point that I'm making on a very serious note you know, when you get to a public gathering, don't let the inept behavior of the other political party to take you over, and then you start saying things that perhaps are not going to be suitable in the future.
But Mr. Todd, this man was in a room with he was not at a rally. He was conducting an interview. So what other political party was there to say anything? What other group? He was sitting down one-on-one with a journalist, relaxed, conducting an interview. And he came out with this statement. So why you want to find excuse?
I'm not going to respond to your campaign running question, because that's strictly political, and I'm not going to respond to that.
I'm not asking you a question. I was making a statement. I said that.
Okay.
Your VP also said that the picture that President Weah took with Biden, that was a false picture. Now, what proof do he have? I mean, we'll go after George Weah on other things.
Maybe the Liberal wants to respond to that.
But for the Vice President to make that kind of statement, I mean, that can only cut your credibility.
What I want to talk about right now is Cummings doing the booga dancing when he knows very well booga dancing has nothing to do with anything else. That's what I want to talk about.
I think Mr. George is not being fair tonight when he asks for proof where somebody's looking at a picture and the Vice President clearly said that it was photoshopped. So all you have...
Do you believe it?
Hold on. You're asking for proof. If the man said it was Photoshop, you as a serious political party that want to push back against it, all you got to do is check it and see if it was Photoshopped or not. But yeah,
it was not Photoshop.
Hold on. Yeah, you're asking for a proof about a picture. But
no, Sensei, it got me wrong. No, don't misquote me.
Mr. George.
I said.
Mr. George.
Yeah.
Let us not be like these network working.
Yeah, but Mr. So let me just clarify that point.
Wait, your day will come. You can't.
Can you go ahead and clarify that so I can continue speaking?
Go ahead. Sister, go ahead. I'm in charge.
If you were saying that the Vice President did not have proof to show that picture was Photoshopped, and you are the same person the last time on this talk show when we pushed back against Alexander Cummings for saying that George Weah contributed financially to rebel group, and we ask for proof, and you walk away from that. You would not ask your political leader to show proof. And in those two statements, let's look at those two statements. Ambassador VP saying that Dr. Weah picture with President Biden was not real, and your political candidate accusing the sitting president of being a financier to the death and destruction in Liberia. Which one of those two you think we should be asking for proof more for?
Are you done?
Yes, sir.
If you are accused, you have the right to challenge it. That's the law. Simple. If I hold on there.
But how it doesn't apply to the ambassador?
Well, hold on now. Hold on now. If you are accused under the law, you have the right to see redress. Cummings accused President Weah. It's not my duty or you to ask
falsely.
Wait now, Mr. Toll, please. It's not my duty to ask me or you to ask me to prove. Do you prove? It's Weah who has been accused. He is the one that has the right to ask Cummings to produce proof. What I said about Joseph Boakai, I said that he said that the picture that President Weah took was false. I said, nah. Can he prove that the picture was false? That's what I said.
So how can George Weah can be the same one? Just how George Weah is the one that's supposed to go to ask Cummings for proof.
I'm just wondering
why it can't be George Weah to go and
I'm wondering. Okay. I'm just wondering.
You see the ANC people, right? When you bring them back to reality, then they say, "Oh, they're wondering." They wonder about George Weah dancing booga, right? Now they can't wonder about their own man dancing booga. You know, the ANC thing, I don't know.
George Weah dancing booga.
You see, gentlemen, this is so disappointing. And that's why all of you people who are the soundbite for these political parties, surrogates, supporters, the Liberal, Amos Joy, Sissit, Jennington Dokole for ANC, all of you get a strong defense line with your own people here. And this just is so hurtful to the ordinary Liberian people who are more or less independent voters, who are free thinkers like us. Yeah, you heard a liberal here. He doesn't want to address certain things because he knows it's a hit on his candidate. He doesn't want to take it. So where is the honesty that we are bringing in this conversation?
What I can say to you, Mr. So, is this: you just listen to ANC and the Gonglo group here, and you're wondering why is it? I'm saying to you, Liberian, this is just an example. This is just the ANC. They don't like to take responsibility. They will run away from their responsibility. On the other hand, Gonglo, Mr. Central Right, the liberal is speaking. Gonglo, on the other hand, as a lawyer, he will lawyer you up all night. There's nothing else. And that's an example. I'm saying to the Liberian people, folks, if you want some development, if you want true development, if you want true leadership in our country, come to Ambassador Baka. He will provide a leadership. He will also help to steer the steering of the ship and make sure that things are done correctly. These two people, they can't help you. One of them is a power-greedy man who want to be president by all costs, and the other one is a lawyer. What are you going to get from them? Come to Dr. Baka or Councilor Baka, Ambassador Baka, and he will give you the true leadership. The true leadership that you're looking for. I'm just
where is the leadership he exhibited? He was unable to manage four groups of people together.
Mr. So, I am not here to narrate the leadership ability for Ambassador Baka, who has worked, who has done these things, have over 40 years of experience, good experience. And don't let anybody tell you that what he done with 40 years. He was with Madam Salim for 12 years and he was packed. We told us that. So now he's telling you. Now he's telling you. I'm now giving the opportunity and let me show you what I can do.
But you just question. You just question the man 100-day plan. You just question it.
This is sad.
Mr. Central Right.
And says that one of the interviews he conducted one time, I was following him. He said that.
Are you trying to form a coalition with Sissy on this evening?
No.
Let him go ahead. Let him go ahead.
Sassinto will not even say one thing about his candidate. Everything is, he said, I can't answer it. But the same Oman Baka said that on one of his interviews.
Now, why would we use the word old man? I mean, this is a man that wants to be president of the Republic of Liberia. Are you now trying to bring age business out of this thing here? You calling him old man, Mr.
You see,
Ambassador Baka. Just call him Ambassador Baka.
But you are not being honest, because every traditional Liberian will refer to me, young guy will refer to me as old man. There's no problem with that.
Oh, okay. If you come across it, go ahead.
Except you tell me that you're not from Liberia, but if you're from Liberia, you know the custom. But that's but Mr. Toh, he said one time in one of the interview that before he hired anybody, when he became president, the person will go and lay, if that job requires rural, the person will go and lay there for 6 months to know the people before he can give that person a job.
Where is he living now?
Wait a minute. Is this a platform to bash Ambassador Wia? To bash Ambassador Baka? Is this a platform against Ambassador Baka?
No. We try
Mr. So, you call yourself free thinker, but your question in line with Ambassador Wia here tonight, with Ambassador Baka, it seemed to me, and I could be wrong, but it seemed to me that you have already taken side against Ambassador Baka.
No. The thing is, let me honest here, because and this is why you guys try to avoid here. Now he's trying to create a condition that, according to what George is saying, I hope maybe to get the script of it, whether it's audio.
I would love for that video.
Yeah.
He said
if he had made such a statement, he's not living there. So why he wants to put into people situation that he himself can't handle, want to be like a more Ali type of, anyway, that's the same group of the same Unity Party people. Why he wants to put people in the condition that they know they can't handle, that he must create that sort of clause. You should live there 6 months.
Yeah.
Is that realistic?
6 months then before they don't know the people. I will look for the tape. He did an interview, I think, last year.
But that was a good campaign speech, by the way, Mr. Toh, for my uncle. I will not touch it because I still got to go to vacante. I don't want him to block the way in front of me. So, what I would, however, speak to though is that, you know, politicians usually speak in generalities because they want to give themselves some flexibility. You know, I listened to that where the former vice president said that within 100 days he will rehabilitate, or he will no car will be getting stuck in mud. And when I listened to that, I saw that he was vague enough to allow his handlers to explain it in 500 ways. Because immediately after that, I was in another chat group, and people started to put a spin on it, and they said that the man said cars will not get stuck in the mud. Doesn't mean that there will be quota everywhere. It just means that they might just rule graders over those things, and there will not be mud. And another thing, maybe 100 days after he comes into office, might be dry season, and you don't get stuck in the mud during dry season time. And so that was the spin that were putting there, right? And I knew Ambassador Boakai was vague for a reason. Sadly, that's how politicians speak, and sadly, that's how they mislead people, right? And when you start to speak to specifics, then you put yourself in trouble. Like our guys saying, you know, the best predictor of future behavior is current behavior, and then you go in and hiring General Chieh and make General Chieh in charge of his defense ideology, and there was that would be the heading everything that has to do with our national defense and the way we posture, right? Or he talks about, you know, we can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, but bring in a Julia Duncan Cassell, who was gifted a Ministry of Gender that up to today cannot get past through an audit, and that lost an election to become representative in what's the county, in Grand Bassa County, right? So with all of the people, with all of the new brains and young minds available, our God tells us that he can't do the same thing over and over and expect difference, and that's his, you know, a definition for insanity. Yet he's doing the most insane things, right? So it is really weird and frustrating. And I'll tell you one thing though. You made a statement, Mr. So, and I want to pledge to our group here. And I've always said on this platform, as of today, I am not the spokesman for Tiawan Gonglo. I admire Tiawan Gonglo. And I believe in his ideology for Liberia, for how we move Liberia forward. And I admire him for his personal strength and courage and the way he's managed to carry himself. Now, having said that, I'm saying that because I would not hesitate to check my own guy if he goes wrong. Because when we don't do that to the people that we love, we create in them this godlike complex that they think they're running a court. And so they are never wrong. And so when they do wrongs, you cannot hold them accountable. I'm not going to be one of those people. I put Liberia first, and then I put a political candidate that I'm running for next. If you say anything or do anything that puts Liberia less than first, I'm going to check him. That I'm making that public statement here on LPR that I am Liberian first before I support Tiawan Gonglo. And the plights of the people in Liberia is more important to me than Tiawan Gonglo becoming president. And it's because I believe that the plight should be better. That's the reason I'm supporting Tiawan Gonglo. That's the reason I like Alexander Cummings. You know, I don't think all of those things are mutually exclusive. I can like Alexander Cummings and support Tiawan Gonglo and still hold both of them accountable if I see them faltering.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that's why I always say. And the director you mentioned, I said that appointment, I had reservation. I called some people, I told them, for me, I would have gone down that path. I have reservation about it. But the thing here is, what you and myself are hosting here is that if we don't do so, they will building our own devil again. Because they do something, we say, oh yeah, okay, no. We must call them out that this one, you add. And if you're going to do it again, you cannot do it the same way. But sometimes, with many of us on the platform, we tend to defend something that we see that is wrong, but because we say we like this person, it's not about liking the person, it's about the country, the people. The people of Liberia come first before any other individual. So, I mean, what you say, I support the fully. If Comey does something wrong, I would definitely say, hey, this one ain't pass the test. Because if we don't do so, we're creating the same old problem that haunted the country. Because
so let me ask two of you this then. Comparing to Dr. Weah Buga dancing and Kumi Buga dancing, who does it better?
I see that. I heard about Kumi Buga.
I watched the video. If I'm comparing man to man dancing, Dr. George Manem Weah Bakugbe, pastor of the Clone Church, and Alexander Benedict Cummings, my man Cummings, he can close. George Weah took that trophy. He win the Golden Globe on that one. But if I compare George Weah dance to Mrs. Cummings dance on Abuga, George Weah get closer. You saw Mrs. Cummings going there, coming back.
No, I see you.
Watch the video. The only thing waiting for now is, Cummings wrote and George Weah responded, and Cummings wrote. So Cummings won that other side, the writing side, the reading side. We ain't get time for that one. Cummings only play, he win it. George Weah released album. We're waiting for Cummings to release his own album.
No. Cummings with album.
You're free dancing, Buga. You're free jumping and play and release your own album.
But
so the only thing is
Cummings will not go that side. But Mr. So, I don't know if you saw the tape here. George, guy, Sharif. I saw a clip from there. He played. I think yesterday I saw that clip. I don't know what I say. I came across that clip.
Who played the clip?
One of his Prince Sharif.
Oh, okay.
He played a clip of George Weah. I saw that clip yesterday. George Weah said something. Mr. Toh have been supporting all the way. That the opposition don't give no idea. George Weah was on that tape saying that he wants 71 to 78% of the vote. And the other people got 1%, 2%. So why should he go to ask people who got 1% vote for idea? And Mr. Toh, the one always saying opposition don't give George Weah idea. They don't want to contribute. And I wanted to ask him, if you go on that board page, is there? I came across it yesterday. And I was wondering, why would a man say such a thing like that? And Mr. Toh, you always think that they don't give you idea.
I saw that as well. But that's not something that I'm quite ready to address. Because
anytime you see him talking like that, anytime you see him, I'm quite ready. Forget it.
Because that's not something.
The liberal claiming the faith today. No, you're just pleading the faith out there today.
No, because I still say
Yeah, make your point. I wanted to come in with something.
Yeah. I still say the liberal is on the floor. Please respect that. I still say that the opposition, what Dr. Weah was saying on that tape, it is about himself. At that particular moment, he was not counting the Liberian people, he was counting himself. Because if he truly was counting the Liberian people, he would have welcomed the help from any Liberian. But to now say because you got certain percent and these people got certain percent, therefore their idea is 7% idea, you don't want it, then you're missing the point. And that's why that's one of the reasons why I really don't care to discuss that. But what I want to say here before Mr. So comes in is this. Look, these are very serious times for us. And Sissy and I were on here Friday, and one of the issues we were discussing is about the opposition being silent on some of the most important things that is happening right now, about the election commission involvement in the some speculation that there might be a delay in the election because of X, Y, and Z. And the opposition are sitting quietly without any kinds of involvement at this stage. And as Cesar correctly stated, that you will wait until when Dr. Weah wins the election, then you come back and say, oh, they cheated. And that kinds of stuff will not fly. You go to Supreme Court will stuck it down. They're not going to back you. And I think the opposition, instead of flying all over here, dancing, booga dancing, and things like that, this is about time they go back to Liberia and have these things taken care of before you even travel.
But has election commission
like,
come up with some timetable or seen something else,
so,
or it just
guys,
it?
let's turn this camera off here. For long, we're poking the eyes of the government, but more or less, they are the ruling establishment. So the opposition needs to work hard. Is the opposition finding it very difficult to find their voice in terms of the messaging aspect and how to curve and how to take out, create a sort of direct link with the voters? Are they finding it difficult, Sissy?
Well, I think they're making it difficult for themselves because it's right there. And there's a golden opportunity that's been missed by all of the political parties, the opposition, but mainly by the ANC. And I'm pointing this out because Alexander Cummings started a great tradition when he wrote that op-ed to the president to highlight issues that are of concern. I think they ought to continue to do stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in an op-ed. You give speeches to the people. It's only Liberia where people can ask opposition to go sit down with people that won election and get an idea on how to rule. It never happens anywhere else in any part of the world, right? Because if I won an election, I do believe that my ideas were the reason I got elected. So why would I want to take your ideas? So I really don't even think any government is going to do that anyway. But what the opposition can do and ought to be doing is going directly to the voters and contrasting what their ideas are versus what is obtaining right now. Right? You can go to the people and talk to them about, yeah, you got rice right now, but can you continue to survive on this stopgap thing versus if I am in power, here is the things we'll do to make sure that rice is available every time. You got people dying from carbon monoxide and these generators that are creating a lot of pollution, even though the EPA is saying, and George, we have said that we're going to drop by 60%. And how is that happening? You can lay out your contracts to the people. You can lay out your health policy contract, but they're not doing it. And one last thing, there are a lot of opposition politicians and lawmakers, right? The one thing that people, I don't know how we become a single-minded, single-issue stuff. We yell about these rice business, the rest is back now. Now what? WIEC result came up. Over 50% of the students who took the WISE test failed. UL entrance result came out. It was a dismal performance. The AFL conducted a test to recruit people, and they had massive failure. People could not even reach that minimum standard. Let's just put up a list of people who sat an aptitude, and a lot of people didn't make it. When are they going to cite, do an oversight responsibility to cite Professor Ansu Soni to go before the legislature to answer questions on education? Those are places you can make a point. Those are places that the people understand, the youth understand it, their parents understand it. If you're talking about education, talking about why your child failed WIEC and those schools are still open and they're charging even more money for new students, and your child has graduated from high school but cannot pass an LU entrance, or your child graduated from high school but cannot pass an AFL recruitment test, basic aptitude test. Those are places the opposition is missing out. They're missing out on their chance, because those are kitchen table issues you can speak to people about, and they will understand it. And it is something that's important to them, but and maybe it's because they don't even have their own education policy in themselves buttoned up. So I guess that's the fear they got.
Yeah, okay. I mean, for me, it's not a surprise, and we've been saying it here. We should have an idea, some of the real people, but they don't. Multiple people speak for them. Talk show hosts. We don't know their domestic advisors. We don't know their economic advisors. So for this reason, anybody who use is Okram with the microphone. The person speak for them. But before we go here in the next 15 minutes here, before we wrap up here, I want us to do you take the one you win, you take the one you lost. The president already is already glaring. The president, Chief Dr. Joel Howard Taylor, is on the president's ticket. Uh, this sort of political gaming, I would term it in my own understanding, is ongoing. Joseph Boyka, Alexander Benedict Cummings. I don't know who's going to be the first to get a pick. Their VP. That is very, very crucial. We see the elaborate list coming from Cummings. Boyka is on the other end coming for what they call retreat. You should be going for retreat in a battleground state. Come on. First retreat at that rate. Give me a break. A first major point. I'm not. Who are advising this? Who really get the ears of these people? You're having your first retreat thousands of miles away without creating that connection with the voters. Your new ideas you think you're going to be bringing to the table. You're coming from first retreat in Philadelphia, Woolland.
Look, Mr. So
gotta be serious. So quickly here, we're hearing Yombi Kanga Lauren, we're hearing Benana Yuri. Let me ask the liberal that his guy his support. The liberal, these two here, I don't know how, honestly, I don't know how Boyka gonna manage with Benana Yuri. Benana Yuri has invested, he's not doing it for nothing. No politician gonna pump into money to say, oh, I'm doing it for Sisi or for Amos Joyce. I'm not sure. I don't know how you're gonna. This is a real piece of cloth between the scissors. The liberal, do you think Nyombli or what his name, Benana Yuri, or to just do everything you should undo these two people? Would that be a good political strategy?
Mr. So, just to close, I will say this here very quickly. First of all, we don't know whether Benana Yuri has contributed anything to Ambassador Barker campaign. We don't know that for fact.
Say you don't know. Say you don't know. Say I don't know.
Okay, well, I said okay. I'm saying it. And secondly, if he did, perhaps he's doing it as a patriot Liberian who cares for his country. Patriot. And has nothing to do with whatever it is. There's no pro here. He just doing a goodwill stuff. So let's take it as that. Now, the last thing I want to say here, Mr. So, and I will say with straight face, in order for Liberia to move forward, truly, politically, economically, and everything else you can think about, the only person in the times, not so good time of Liberia is Ambassador Bakai. He will help to steer this ship. Mr. So, I'm closing, please. It will help yeah, but you need to sit on your chair. You can't be moving around and when a liberal is speaking. God knows what it means. But anyhow, he will come out here and steer this ship for the young people and steer this ship for everybody to make sure that this thing is correct. Based on his own experience, he has the ability, and he's not here to make friends. He's here to seek the interest of the Liberian people. So I would say to all of you, Sisse and Mr. George, it's not too late yet. Abandon whatever guy you think you're with. Come to us. Come to us. Our tent is big enough. We can accept you.
Okay.
We will let you be who you are. Everybody in people that are with ANC, people that are with Gonglo, come on board. Come on board. Join the Ambassador Baka progress to make Liberia move forward.
You gotta get drive. Wow. As well. Yeah. So okay, Pa Joyce.
Yeah, Lord. Let me just say.
How do you think the decision making of Mr. Cummings with his VP pick, what he should consider? Because we all know now there's no way that he Cummings and Boyka can form any political union. That is OUT. It's out of the window long time. What Cummings is on now is aiming for the higher office of the land. Now, who gonna be by his right hand side to drive his agenda? I think that's the crucial issue. Which direction should he pivot? Male, female,
It could
and
be
what do you think?
for me. I'm close to know one of the people, but for me personally, I would think he should be more leaning towards a female and not just another female, someone who with a good character, reputation, highly educated, who knows the people, and who the like member got some confidence in that. I think that's what he should go for. First thing, if you think of a gentleman, it must be someone who knows the country, who the people trust, got some level of confidence in. Those I think I will be looking for, not just anybody. And the issue of Omen Boaka, I think he putting himself in a difficult position. I don't know, but the way you see here, Yomli Kanga, Benina Yuri, teaming up. And if he leaves any of those people to get somebody from outside, I think that would be a rift between he and those people, because I show that comfort that those people have been provided around here is not for nothing. Okay. They expect something in return.
All right, so that's a political spider web game he playing. The Tiawan
guy is something in return. But in the last, I just wanted to come up. We didn't talk. I saw the other. I mean, we didn't talk. We didn't talk about. Just in my question, I'm gonna make is that my auntie. I don't know why she think that Liberian people are stupid.
Who your auntie?
Joel.
Oh yeah.
This woman going to 6 years, she never toured Liberia. That now she going around the country to tell people she loved them. One of those people have been suffering for those years. Some of them can't send their children to school. It's now, and the Joel are going to tell them that the government is concerned about their well-being. It's 5 years going to 6 years now. But the appropriate time coming, someone will be in Liberia. Because it just dishonest to our people.
You canvass against her?
Oh, yes. Especially in Bon County. I will surely do it.
Okay, Bon County. So, Sese, so your guy-too is everybody in this whole picture here needs the Powerball position, which is the higher office of the land. Boyka Cummings, who can to really twist the head of Tiawan Gonglo? Nima is crucial to this whole thing here. Can any of them twist the head of Tiawan Gonglo to join the wagon?
Well, your question, the premise suggests that Tiawan wants to be second to somebody. And so, and no, I got to reject that, because I think the way I would like to maybe answer that question is, who can Tiawan get to go with him? I'm not in a room when those decisions are being made. Tiawan is an institutionalist, so I do believe that that would be a party decision. But if I were to be in the room to advise him, I would say Alexander Cummings is a good choice to be VP. We would be able to make sure we campaign together. He'll be a good president in waiting, because he would have learned how governance work in Liberia by watching President Gonglo, so that he won't be a novice to how government works. And so he will also watch Councillor Gonglo, who was prosecuted, a former president of the republic, go after the likes of Daniel Chia to answer for their past. And so he will also learn by watching President Gonglo and not do the same thing over and over and expect different results. So I think Alexander Benedict Cummings would do him well, actually, to serve as vice president to Tiawan Gonglo. But if he were to, if ABC were to reject that, I would say the guy's much other stronger people in the country. I'm thinking about the Nobel laureate, Madame Bowie. She'll be good. to be a vice presidential candidate. Should be a huge contender. But it's always funny to sit down and watch these two lovers, the black guy and the commies, the ex-lovers, quarrel, over bring my tea bread back, let my tea bread to her coming back for, the way back during time thing that they stay on because they broke up now, so they can't speak to one another. And these are people that want Liberians to take them seriously and put them in a higher office. How are they going to deal with political oppositions? If somebody you were in a political collaboration with and you broke up and now you don't speak, and you got this vitriol, and you got your everybody releasing their own political terrorists to go by and do drive-by. They're just doing drive-by shooting, just assassinating the characters of the other candidates. Simply because the political marriage didn't last. So for me, if you are a Liberian and you're looking at the behavior of the ANC and the behavior of the Unity Party, I don't think you should trust either one of them with state power. So they can't even get past a common quarrel.
All right. In 1 minute to go, deal or no deal? You shifting blame on ANC, Unity Party. Liberal there is holding his breath. Amos Joy there, his throat is already doing it. So are these all recipe for the re-election of President George Weah and the CDC-led government? In 30 seconds, Mr. The Liberal.
No.
Amos George, what is happening within the opposition column? Is it a recipe for the re-election of President Weah?
No, the opposition, they will come together. Some group will come together. That will be a strong contender to George Weah.
They will come together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can show you that one.
And my answer would be no, and that is because when Tiawan Gonglo makes it the second round, everybody will come around. But God forbid, the heavens open and he doesn't make it, and Alexander Benedict Cummings make it the second round. I will campaign for ABC in the second round. I have some problems with him, but I think comparing him to picking between him and George Weah, there's a lot.
You live in your uncle from Lofa County. What?
Papa will not make it to election.
Stop that. I beg you.
Let's leave it right there. The Liberal, I don't think the Liberal want to respond on that one, but we're going to leave it. Guys, I want to thank you so much for that. We're going to be back here with more edition. Yeah, we apologize to our folks who couldn't bring in the Liberian War today. There was a technical problem from inside Liberia. We all have our own here. But next week, we're going to bring here Dr. Stephanie Fortit. Hopefully, we're going to confirm that. It's already been confirmed, but we're going to confirm that to be a special guest on the Liberian War today. Gentlemen, thank you so much, and wish you the best of luck. Please keep us posted when you want, whatever protocol as a supporter. The ANC men don't tell anything. The Liberal is just a biker man. They don't say anything, but it's up to them.
As a matter of fact, as soon as we release,
all the ANC at least come and appear on the pro. It's biker who are not appear on the places.
Whenever they release the itinerary, and the schedule for being in space, I will try my hardest best when he's here to make sure that he appears.
Oh my, it can cost me to fly in there. Now he's a candidate now. Their specific question needs to be asked.
Thank you. I
won't even fly into Minnesota that when he grant us that audience, and hopefully you can do it. Maybe Liberal, you can talk to your old man too. We can do the same thing. I mean, we want to make it.
I have no dealing with them. They don't know me. I don't know them. And so I have no dealing with them.
All right. Defending the people you say you don't know
them? Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Folks, thank you so much for being part of our tonight program. We're going to be back here, if not tomorrow, Wednesday, with more editions of Liberal Public Radio. To our many viewers, listeners, we want to thank you so much for sharing your evenings with us this beautiful Sunday. Again, we apologize. I couldn't come on today with our program, with our sister network in Liberia, but Sunday I want to be here with Dr. Stephanie Fortit, going to be my special guest, team host of guests. They are all lined out in subsequent edition. Until then, I'm Afonso Z, and so have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.